Hi, so just before you watch this, just know that, I just got a new computer, like, a couple months back, and, like, I'm on break right now, so I have nothing better to do with my time than make crappy internet videos. I'm only doing this because I have nothing better to do. Inside of this, I'll spend all day, like, playing Titanfall. I fucking love Star Wars, the prequels, the original trilogy, I love it all, even the fucking original animated series. But not episode 2 of Rebels because they suck donkey dick. So you bet your ass I played the fuck out of the Battlefront games, even the shitty PSP one. I fucking love them. They're like my children to me. Fucking love them. So I really want Star Wars Battlefront 3 to be good for the sake of my Battlefront nostalgia boner, and I have a few things I really want to be in Battlefront 3. My personal opinion stuff, you've heard all before. Number 1! Galactic Conquest versus. I think it would be a cool game mode to play with a buddy just to waste some time. Like having a way to set how many turns it lasts would make it much more popular, as opposed to having 3-hour-long games where no one wins because you have to get off and go to work or whatever. An amazing feature would be is if you could have something like 32 player versus 32 player 15-turn conquest, where whoever's more planets at the end wins. For selecting a power-up, I guess like a vote system could be used, and maybe for purchasing power-ups, everyone on the team picks one in 30 seconds, and the most popular one wins, or a random one is picked if they all have equal picks per players. Number 2. A selectable hero. In all the games you use your hero power before a battle, and then when you get enough points you're allowed to play as a hero if you've been a good boy for Christmas. The thing is that the hero is pre-decided based on which map and faction you're playing as. For example, Yoda is for Dagobah and Republic, and Darth Maul for Tatooine and Separatists. While some might say it's fair and whatnot and adds more variety to gameplay, I just never liked it personally. I always thought it was just meh. But the weird part is that I like the pre-made loadout system that's been in every single game thus far, so I'm probably just really weird for thinking this. A lot like the kid in school who never goes outdoors if he doesn't have to, and you only talk to him that one time as part of the Truth or Dare game, where you had an unfortunate dare placed upon you to confirm the rumors if he ate a worm that one time or not. Number 3. More maps. Up to today, all the maps in Battlefield games have been varied and interesting, and having like their own little set pieces, like the defensive walls in Kashyyyk, and the huge elephant things in Naboo Plains in the first game. But once you've played them all, they just seem more repetitive than anything else. Yes, I said Battlefield, it was to get all the people who were in another tab while the video was playing to come back and pay attention. Moving on. I think a good solution would be have more maps included and have them all be varied in their own little way, not with just little set pieces, but with things that are actually like affect gameplay, like a bridge will randomly like explode sometimes, not just like if it takes damage, and like that way there's another little factor into it. And like they also need more maps that are not just iconic places from the films. They can grab maps from the animated series, however the hell the word is said, and the expanded universe where like robot leg Darth Maul is a thing, and like Death Troopers, who I have not actually like researched anything at all. I just know that they're zombie stormtroopers. 4. No stupidly fucking broken guns. This kind of ties in with having a good online matchmaking system as well, but I'll just cram it all into one point. Have a good online matchmaking system. I'm saying no broken guns because I've been playing a metric butt ton of Titanfall lately, which has this one gun called the Smart Pistol in it that does all the aiming for you at the cost of having to wait like 3.4 seconds to lock onto an enemy player. It's the most broken gun in the game, and it's used by mostly lower rank players trying to rank up quickly, but there's like a good few people who are on their 5th or 6th generation still using it to get their dicks hard because daddy never loved them as the closest looking gun to the one that some guy had in Star Trek that one time. So yeah, don't do that, I guess. Number 5! Character customization. You get to choose your species, race, gender, and complete armor selection. Let a rebel wear a damaged stormtrooper helmet just because you can, or a droid with a rebel helmet, or a clone trooper torso yoke thing. I'm mainly saying this because I really liked it in Halo Reach, but make sure that people know that the guy on the other end of the hall that they're in is a sniper to shoot your pants to, or an engineer to call names from a long distance. You should probably leave the colors default so as no one can bluff having a rocket launcher and then 360 no-scope you MLG #wrecked. It was in Renegade Squadron. Only good part about the game. So I don't see why I can't be in this one. It makes sense to me. Just use an in-game credit system, and please don't use microtransactions, just please? So these are the main things I want to see in Battlefront 3, and I can't wait to pick up the game, even though I may have to wait for it to go on sale on Origin, because I don't want to play €60+ for a game. That's why I got a PC, to save €3 per game. Jew intensifies. Now I know that this wasn't on the list, but I would also like to see if there wasn't that much DLC for the game, just because, stuff, come on. Anyways, look, thanks for listening to me ramble on for however long this was, and I may or may not see you at a later point in the future if I never make another video again. Now, go back to whatever you were doing before you clicked on this. Bye!